Today's topic muscles of neck. Firstly, superficial and lateral cervical muscle. It consists of three muscles: platysma, trapezius, sternocleidomastoid. Now let's see the muscle platysma. Origin is from deep fascia of the upper part of the thorax and insertion at the lower border of the mandible. Now let's see trapezius. Trapezius muscle is origin from the spinous process of vertebra C7 and T12 and insertion at the external occipital protuberance and spine of scapula. Sternocleidomastoid. It has two heads. One is lateral head and other one is medial head. This medial head is origin from the upper part of the anterior surface of the manubrium of the sternum, and the lateral head will be origin from superior border and anterior surface of the medial third of the clavicle. This both head inserted at the mastoid process. Next, secondly, we are going to see suprahyoid muscles, digastric muscle, stylohyoid muscle, mylohyoid muscle, geniohyoid muscle. You can see clearly in the image. See this? You can see digastric posterior belly, digastric anterior belly. This one is stylohyoid and this one is mylohyoid and this geniohyoid. If you see and learn from the image, it will be more easy for you. Next, now we are going to see digastric. Origin anterior belly. We have two bellies, anterior belly and posterior belly. Anterior belly originate from the digastric fossa of the mandible. Posterior belly originate from mastoid notch of temporal bone. Okay. Insertion into the intermediate tendon which is attached to the hyoid bone. Stylohyoid. Origin from posterior surface of styloid process inserted to the hyoid bone. Mylohyoid. Origin from mylohyoid line of the mandible and inserted to the hyoid bone. Geniohyoid. Origin from inferior mental spine and inserted to the hyoid bone. All suprahyoid muscles are inserted into the digastric, stylohyoid, mylohyoid, geniohyoid. All muscles are inserted into the hyoid bone. Okay. Now third, infrahyoid muscle. Firstly, we saw superficial and lateral cervical muscles. Secondly, we saw suprahyoid muscle. Now we are going to see infrahyoid muscle. Infrahyoid muscles are thyrohyoid, homohyoid, sternothyroid, sternohyoid. See in the picture. Again I am mentioning that you should first understand in the image. Okay. This part is thyrohyoid. Downwards is sternothyroid muscle. Now this one is homohyoid, superior belly, and the connection like this will be homohyoid, inferior belly. This one is sternohyoid. That's all. You can see clearly in the picture. Thyrohyoid. Origin, the oblique line on the lamina of the thyroid cartilage inserted at the hyoid bone. Homohyoid. Origin at the upper border of scapula near suprascapular notch. Inserted at the hyoid bone. Now sternohyoid. Origin from posterior surface of manubrium sterni inserted at the hyoid bone. Sternothyrohyoid. Origin posterior surface of manubrium sterni and adjoining part of first costal cartilage inserted at the oblique line of the thyroid cartilage. Firstly, we saw superficial and lateral cervical muscle. Secondly, we saw suprahyoid muscles. Thirdly, we saw infrahyoid muscles. Now fourth, we are going to see anterior vertebral muscle. Longus colli, longus capitis, rectus capitis anterior, rectus capitis lateralis. You can see in diagram, rectus capitis antralis, this is lateralis, this one is longus colli, and this is longus capitis. Longus capitis. Now, longus colli. Origin. Transverse process of cervical 5 to thoracic 3 inserted at the anterior arc of the atlas. Longus capitis. Origin. Transverse process of the 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th cervical vertebrae inserted at basilar part of the occipital bone. Rectus capitis anterior. Origin. The anterior surface of the lateral mass of the atlas inserted at the inferior surface of the occipital bone in front of the foramen magnum. Rectus capitis lateralis. Origin. Upper surface of the transverse process of the atlas insertion and the surface of jugular process of the occipital bone. Now, fifth, lateral vertebral muscles. Scalise anterior, scalise medius, scalise posterior. Scalise anterior. Cervical vertebrae C2 to C7 inserted at first and second ribs. Now, scalise medius. Origin. The posterior tubercles of the lower 6 cervical vertebrae inserted at upper surface of the first rib. Scalneus posterior. Origin. Posterior tubercles of the lower 3 cervical vertebrae inserted at the tendon into the outer surface of the second rib. Now sixthly, we are going to see suboccipital muscle. Firstly, we saw superficial and lateral cervical muscle. Secondly, we saw suprahyoid. Thirdly, we saw infrahyoid. Fourthly, anterior vertebral muscle. Fifthly, we saw lateral vertebral muscle. Sixthly, now we are going to see suboccipital muscle. This is last one. You can see in the diagram, oblique capitis superior and this is rectus capitis posterior. This is rectus capitis posterior minor. This one is major. This one is oblique capitis inferior. This is inferior. This is superior. This one is major. This is minor. Okay. Now, rectus capitis posterior major. Origin spinous process of the axis C2 inserted into the inferior nuchal line of the occipital bone. Rectus capitis posterior minor. Origin tubercle on the posterior arc of the atlas inserted to the inferior nuchal line of the occipital bone. Oblique capitis inferior. Origin spinous process of the axis insertion lateral mass of the atlas. Oblique capitis inferior. Origin lateral mass of atlas insertion to the lateral half of the inferior nuchal line.